dare you dig a little deeper. It makes you feel a little stronger. Who knows what you may find? You'll see in your own time. It might just take a little longer. It all goes by so slowly. Ooh, you waited your whole life. Your days turn into nights. Now let the river flow deep into the ocean all the time.
And we're another day in the nature reserve. So there are a lot more beaches to explore here. So we're gonna check them out, take a little swim, and see how it is.
Now let the river flow deep into the ocean all the time you go. You are moving with emotion. Let the river flow. Can you hear it whisper? It goes by so slow, like a solitary drifter. How dare you run a little faster? One step, you are on your way now. Embrace all your weakness. Therein lies the secret. The water's never gonna drain out. It all goes by so slowly. Ooh, you waited your whole life. Your days turn into nights. Now let the river flow deep into the ocean all the time you go. You are moving.
We saw on the map that there was another beach a little further, so we decided to check it out. And again, it's like a mini tiny beach, but it's really beautiful. They really look beautiful. What's a bit cool about these rocks or these stones is that they are actually fossil dunes, and you can see that because you can see fossils inside of them. So I'm gonna check out this stone here. You can see these kind of things, you see, like there. I have to say, this is just one of those beaches where you think like, wow, it's so beautiful. And there behind us is the Stellplatz for mobile homes. It costs about €6 a night, and then you can stay there right under the palm trees at the beach. And if you stay a month, it's only €4 a night. So I would say that's a pretty good deal actually. Especially if you don't want to drive around the whole time, then I think it's a really good deal. You're standing right at the sea. It's lovely.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth made days are gone. All the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times.
So we left the beach now, and it became very stormy last night, so it looks like we're in the middle of a storm. Well, we can really feel it right now actually in the Motorhome. But I think we're gonna do a little chores today, like washing and stuff like that, because tomorrow it's supposed to be nicer weather again. And we see this tower here, so that one we're going to visit a little. We just came down this road, definitely not the easiest road, but it works fine as long as you drive slowly. So we're gonna see a little bit of the tower, and then we're gonna go further. We found like a washing place on like 15 kilometers from here, so we're gonna check it out. So this is how you do washing. Today we're making a walk to San Pedro. We don't know exactly what to expect, but what we read about it is that it is basically a cove where a lot of hippies live. And they created their own village over there in the 60s, and they're still living there today. And it became a tiny bit of a tourist attraction, so there's no real road to it. So this is the road. As you can see, it is not accessible by any cars. And later the road gets into a tinier walk, and it's about a 1 hour walk to the place. It's only accessible by boat or by this long footpath. And we'll see what it is. I'm a bit curious because a lot of people wrote about it. It's really beautiful. We spoke to a lady here and she also said, oh, it's really nice there. So I'm very curious. And it's still in the Cabo De Gata National Park. And I have to say the views are really beautiful here. It's really green here. We've never seen grass like this, in my opinion. It's really grass here, which is kind of special because it doesn't grow here normally, the grass. It's just very desert-like, it's very dry. But here it is much greener and you hear a lot of birds.
Today is lucky day.
And today is Lucky's lucky day.
Lucky.
She's gonna make the nice walk.
Hey Lucky, come Lucky.
So, long walk ahead of us. Let's do this. And let's see where we end up. It's beautiful weather, so we'll definitely take a swim over there. And let's find out what it is all about. Lucky. So we left the bigger road now, and now we're walking on the walking path. So this is the last bit. I think it's about 2 kilometers, and then we'll reach the Cala. So here we're arriving at the village, at least arriving. It's still like a kilometer to go or something. But wow, this view, the color of this water is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at this.
Wow.
It's really beautiful.
I don't think this is Florence.
So there you see a little ruin. It's a ruin of the 16th century, I think it said, from what I read. And then there's the village. Around here is a building from the 16th century, some kind of fortress building. And then there's also in the middle of the village is like a little tower. So it must have been to defend something or to guard the coast. Because you see a lot of these towers in the... Yeah, you see a lot of these towers at the coast. And they used to be defense posts for against smugglers and stuff. So I guess this was also just one of them. But then if I read the story correctly, on around the 60s or the 70s, there came a group of hippies. And basically they took over this place and made it into their home. So officially they're living illegal here, but the Spanish government apparently doesn't mind. So they have been living here for the last 50 years, coming and going, I guess. And they just built their houses out of the things that they find, living on a very minimum budget. But let's face it, they wake up to our to a world-class view. I mean, this sea is awesome.
Can't wait to jump in.
I'm really warm. It has been incredibly warm today. So we can't wait to jump in and then to explore the village as well. That's really beautiful. It's just so hidden away, there are no roads, only this path is to here. And see like a tiny path going over the mountain there also. Here's a tiny house. Sea views every morning. So here's somebody that lives here. Made this house here.
Oh, they do have
Like a
windows.
very primitive system, but they have windows and everything. A little bench to enjoy the view.
Nice flowers. I like the garden.
It's really beautiful.
Here's some water. Lucky's
Wow.
already chilling down. Wow, that's nice, eh?
And
Okay.
now we drive around and maybe 3 days we are standing here and then we go Andalusia.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
old
Explore.
friend,
Just beautiful paths everywhere. And everyone made their little houses. Like for example this one. Just with natural materials. made it to the beach.
Nice garden. Did you hear that, Lucky? No wild shitting. So watch out. No wild shitting.
Pas op, hè.
This dog
Lucky.
just met like a bunch of dogs. Have you seen that? And how she behaved, she knew, man, this I cannot fight, you know.
Yeah, I should not
better
get in a
just-
fight here.
I better just ignore them.
Because there were like 7 of them or something.
Huge dogs, man. They were sniffing her.
I guess that's the herb garden. But I think the most herbs they're using are the ones they smoke. So I didn't see them growing them here, but they must definitely be growing them here somewhere, because you can smell it everywhere. But it's a beautiful place. It's very, yeah, how can you say? I mean, look at this. It's a very special style. I mean, you just have people living here at the beach in self-made houses. I don't know exactly where they get their money from, but there are a few bars around, so when the tourists come, I guess they can get a little money every now and then. And everywhere you have these beautiful cactus ones. And people make their own little gardens. It's really beautiful. It's really special to see it like that. They're making a little music on the beach, a little swimming, and just having this kind of very, it looks like at least, easygoing lifestyle where you just relax at the beach, not doing much. It's cool. It's cool to see that. Here's our horse, a little drinking. They said there's a cake that the dog drinks from here, so he's using it a bit. Lots of birds around here. I like it. Oh yeah.
Why is it hard on my own?
here we are in the desert, the only desert in Europe, and it's located a bit north of Almeria. It's the Tabernas desert, and as you can see, it's quite dry. It only rains here about 200 millimeters a year, I read, and the temperatures go from -5 in the winter to +48 in the summer, so I think I'm fairly happy with the slight 20 degrees we have right now. It's really special to see this because it's really dry. As you can see all the ravines and the formations of the rocks. And in this desert there's also a lot of movies that have been filmed here. So there are a few western villages. So mainly westerns, but also some shots of Game of Thrones, for example, are filmed here. So it is pretty cool place to walk around in. And we're walking around this river, or let's say sometimes it is a river. And we saw some palm trees in the distance. So I think that's going to be our goal, to reach the palm trees. You do hear a little bit the highway in the background because there's a highway going in the middle. So that's a bit of a shame, because otherwise it looks a little bit more remote. As you can see, this is a scientific research zone. And this is a scientist. See? He's experimenting with clay, I think. So we have arrived at the palm trees, and they do look beautiful around here. They're quite big, and they're just growing here at the edge of this river. And just cool to walk in between them. And on the sides there's lots of eucalyptus trees. Those ones are also really quite special to see, because I mean we're not used to them, and then you see them and it's quite beautiful. Look at this one. There's multiple in one. And then we have a few deer also. And they create this lovely shadow. Okay, you can see myself also in the shadow. Right, let me do like this. It's like a lovely shadow on the ground. So there is this little tunnel here next to the dry riverbed. No idea what it's made for, but somebody had a little fun making this little tunnel. So we're walking and we're on the way back, but we hit a problem. We have to cross here. That's pretty deep and pretty steep. Now we're looking if we can find a way across. Do you already see a way across? Okay. So I guess when it rains in the mountains and all the rain comes down, this is quite a lot of water that flows through here. That's beautiful nonetheless, but it doesn't look that big maybe, but it is about 3 meters high, so it's not so easy to climb. And you can see the cracks also forming here, so you don't want to go all the way in the edge, I think, because it does collapse a little. So we have to find a way across. So we've been looking a way around this little canyon.
I'll take my chances, I think.
Apparently that's how you do it. Side of the motorhome, you will have to get out.
It's always space for the one side here. They could have put it aside on top of the mountain.
Look, we don't fit over this bridge. And there you have another house, and you have the tower, the tiny fortress.
And I think in the tiniest fortress is living the president of the country.
The president of the country. Yeah, you never know.
It's like their palace there, you see?